We're in trouble, I think. When I was on with Sean, I call it three-dimensional chess, and ISIS and Iran know what are thinking 3 moves down the board, and we're trying to figure out what pieces are ours, and we are completely flat-footed here. And I know the commander, 3-star General James Terry in Iraq right now, very good man, very good leader. He and I were side by side in Afghanistan as brigadiers, and he's as good a man as they'll have. But you can only be as good as what the policy is, and if you can't define the enemy, then where do you start? And if you're not going to call the enemy what it is, which is Islamic extremism, then what are we doing? And if you're not because your intelligence apparatus has no way to hone in on what it needs to hone in on, if you don't at least try to paint that enemy as much as you can and understand who it is. And so that to me, it all starts with the enemy. Who is the enemy? Who are they? What are we calling them? And the naming convention's not as important as identifying who they are, so that, okay, it's this group or it's these groups, and here's what they are. And frankly, they are as every bit as motivated and as committed as Nazi Germany was back in the 30s and of course the 40s. But so this is not some ragtag militia, and now because we're looking one way, and then we have Iran kind of come up our backside here and get in position into Tikrit before we're in Tikrit. And I'm not saying deploy massive ground forces and lead with the chin of the American soldier and Marine. What I am saying is that because we didn't identify the enemy a year ago plus, and because we underestimated the enemy a year ago plus, we allowed to grow this cancer in there that now has the beginnings of a nation state. They've got all this oil, $2 to $4 million a day that they're trading with Turkey, black market. And that State Department young lady that came out and said, oh, all they need is jobs. They got a job. They got a job. They're getting paid well. Those fighters, you don't think they fight for free. I mean, I think a lot of people think, oh, they're just zealots and they're fighting. They're getting paid, and part of our problem in Afghanistan is we couldn't pay the Afghan National Forces more than the Taliban and Al-Qaeda were paying the fighters. And so, I mean, go figure. But that was part of the budget. So, yeah, we got some real problems, and I never like to put a problem out there without a solution. And we have not leveraged our diplomatic power, our political power, our military power, our economic power in any way, shape, or form. We're about to give up a key leverage point on economic power with the sanctions on Iran, and that would be horrible to do that, because what they're trying to do is build a nuclear bomb so they can wipe out Israel and they can have dominance over the region and potentially attack us.